And we're live. Yay. So welcome back. Guys, it's been really a while. We just kind of disappeared for 3 months. And now we're back with Matthew from Japan. We haven't seen in a while. Hi Matthew. Yeah. So last time we talked about Japan. There was a lot of questions. We talked about your upcoming courses about Kajiwara. But today it's a different thing because to our big surprise, it wasn't really Kajiwara that was released first, but it was a different course. Oh, can hear Matthew though. Wait, me neither. Nobody can hear Matthew. What is happening? I can hear you fine, but guys, what could be the problem? I can hear Matthew, but people can't. Like Mike to the rescue. Sure, I can hear it. Yeah. Oh, the sound here. Okay. Matt, say something.
Can you hear me now?
Guys, can you hear Matt? Can you hear Matthew? I think that was just 3 months of not using Twitch. Cool. Okay.
Ah, all right.
All right. Perfect. Perfect. Thank you.
Secret's out.
Thank you.
I'm
Yeah, I
I'm
just
Batman.
I keep forgetting all these things. It's so simple. It's so basic, but you just have to live stream every day, or I don't know, at least every week to remember all of this. So, Matt, tell
Yeah.
us a little bit about the course that we have released. We are releasing in parts at the moment. What is it about? What is it?
So the 5-3 point is something in the other Go Magic videos that we were really careful around. Um, and I think part of the reason is because there's so many different things that can happen with it. And during the process of looking to make the Kajiwara course, I realized that there was going to have to be a lot of talk about the 5-3 because he uses it. So I thought, well, we can't really avoid it anymore. We need to give some people some uh, basic understanding of what to do with this thing.
How very lucky for us. I mean, the Kajiwara uses 5-3.
Yeah, it'll all tie together.
And then
Yep.
yeah, and then we decided that it could be a nice little springboard into this massive Kajiwara course because it was going to be so many. You guys, you can see the table of contents on the website, and it looks like it's going to be
Yep.
an entire book. There could be a book written out of it, but it's going to be a
Yeah.
course.
Yeah, I hope it goes well too. I should be able to knock it out of the park if everything goes as planned.
Yes. Oh, guys, I forgot to mention this one thing. In the upper left, you can see that there's support Ukraine saying there, and we promised, and I don't really see that there was supposed to be a sentence saying that everything that you purchase on the website during this live stream, the entire duration of the live stream, like anything that is purchased right now, is going to be sent directly to Ukraine. So it will go like we'll take none of that, and we'll go all of that. So we promised like about 20 days ago that half of what we make in this 30-day period will be sent to Ukraine, and this is how much we've got so far. This this is half, and this so anything that you guys buy right now, we'll just add it up to this 360 that you see on the screen. All right, let's now let's get to. Oh, thank you. Yeah, someone posted someone me the Kajiwara course. If you guys can,
Yeah.
if you guys want to check out the table of contents and how amazing and how promising it looks, lower depth. Welcome. So now
Oh,
let's
thanks to the party.
yeah, what do we expect from the 5-3? Because 5-3 is everybody knows is also my favorite point. I love starting my games with 5-3, and I couldn't be more excited about this 5-3 course. But it's about
Yeah, it's
the basics
fun.
of 5-3, right?
Yes.
So what does it mean?
Um,
The basics. What kind of basics?
so because the 5-3 by its very nature invites people to enter into your corner, right?
Yes.
Um, we are creating a situation where you, as the person who played the move, is asking for complications. You're asking for it. Um, but there's lots of people on the other side who don't want to have any of those complications. Um, but Go is a two-player game. So if your opponent plays the 5-3, he can't flick his stone off the board and be like, "Don't do that. I don't
No,
like that."
we can't. We
Uh,
can't.
so I wanted to create something to give people the most basic and simple and safe moves around this complicated point. Um, so that hopefully, if you want to avoid those complications, you can. And if you want to start your study of the 5-3 so you can use it, you can start here too. So it'll be, the basic joseki that are safe and sound, and also a few of the more complicated joseki and how to dissect those so that even if they're complicated, you can still understand what you're doing.
Yeah, yeah, and it sounds like it's going to be kind of similar to my basic Joseki course, right? The one I made because it was also kind of aimed at for people who just recently got out of the basics of Go. They just started playing, and then maybe they hear the word Joseki for the first time, and then they want to get a very simple introduction, like what do we do if my opponent pincers, or
Yeah.
what do I do if this happens? I'm not prepared for this.
Mhm.
And then
Yeah.
I try to like really, really like lay out the simplest foundations, like simplify everything. How do you get out of this Joseki nonsense, like without scars?
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is the 5-3 though, because 5-3 could be very, very complicated. We all know that.
Yeah. Yep. And I think what you just said is the perfect summation of this first half of the course is getting out of the situation without any scars,
Yeah,
right?
so the first section
You're
is about you're talking about the pincers, the basic Joseki, and also the Taisha,
Yeah, the
the
great
great
slope.
slope, the great slope, which is one of the, like before AI, it was considered to be one of the hardest, one of the most complicated Joseki ever. And like
Yep.
we scared children with it. We told people don't ever, if you don't want to
Yeah.
get lost, it's like the woods. If you don't want to get lost in
Yeah.
the woods, just don't ever play the taisha. And then
Yeah.
you actually
And
cover the taisha. I mean, this in its simplest form in this one lesson of the first section.
yeah, I wanted because that's a key joseki that's a part of that story.
Yeah,
And the magic of joseki, I think I can't remember who said it. Um, one of the Japanese professionals said that lots of people go about studying joseki in the wrong way. Instead of just memorizing it, you should try to understand the principles behind it.
I
And
th-
that's what I do.
I think that was me
Try and
in
explain the principles
in
of
the
it.
Joseki course. I said it. Was that me?
Are you a
are,
pro?
are you
You're a
quote?
pro.
Are you quoting me? No, I mean
It
I
could
obviously
it could be.
stole those
Yeah.
beautiful ideas out of some professional's mouth. But it's a very common misconception to like think
Yeah.
I'm gonna memorize these like 500 variations and then I'll show them. I'll show them, but it doesn't really work this way. Yeah. So what can we
No.
expect in the there's going to be a second section, which is actually very mysterious to me as well. The second section looks very
Mhm.
promising. It says the AI, and it's about some classic openings. So what are we going to see in the second section? It's just give us some small hook.
I don't wanna give too much
Yeah, yeah,
away.
yeah. Don't spoil it.
But the general idea there was right, the AI is a necessary part of any conversation I think you have about Go. Um, and in this case, we're talking about a very, very human move. Because, like what you were just saying, right? There's more than 1,000 variations of the taisha attached to the 5 3 point, and the computer, the AI, pretty much just sticks with the 3 4 and the star point.
So
So when
boring,
you
yeah.
start
So
talking, yeah, yeah. So when you start talking about the 5 3 and like the 5 4 or anything else, you do need to talk about the AI and what the AI thinks, um, and at the same time explain why this human move is something you can still use. And some of the best things we have to look at the humanity of Go are these classic uh, games from traditional China, traditional Japan, and
mm,
just the history and the beauty of those old games. And surprise, surprise, Japan loved the 5 3 back in the Edo period, back in the from the 1600s to the 1800s. And there's so many beautiful games with the 5 3, and we're going to use some of the most famous. Uh, for people who like history, for people who are history buffs, everyone knows, even if you're not, everyone knows Japan is famous for the samurai. But there was a samurai Go player, and he loved the 5 3.
no surprise there. I mean, he wouldn't. I'm sure if you showed this guy the Sun invasion into the star point, he would be like, "That is so disappointing."
He would absolutely. He'd look at that and go like, "You have no fighting spirit,"
No, not at all.
and
Not
just
at all.
leave. Yeah, go drink sake somewhere else.
Yeah, yeah. But actually, when you just mentioned when we were asking uh the AI about the 5 3. So every time I ask the AI about about some of my games, like what should I do with my 5 3, and the AI always tells me, all right, you have a 5 3, just play a corner enclosure. Don't be smart. Just don't
Yeah,
don't be cool here. Just play that corner enclosure. You're good. But it kind of takes the
yeah,
fun out of it, right? You play a corner
yeah.
enclosure, you kind of revert back to a very normal game.
Yes, which is the opposite of what you wanted to do when you played the 5 3. I think.
Do you, by the way, do you often play 5 3 in your um in the Go club that you go to when you play against
I
those Japanese older people? Do you play 5 3 against them?
Yes, I do. Because I think traditionally Japan was the calm country when it came to Go. Right, the professionals were winning by 1 2 points. They liked that calm approach, and these older people that I usually get to play with, they're from that kind of generation, right? They're 60, 70 years old. They've been um, brought up with that classic let's win by 2 or 3 points,
So why
and
not
they don't ever play
why not confuse
the
them with
five
a
three.
little bit of Taisha?
Exactly. Lots of them don't know the taisha, and yeah, that's to my favor.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly my approach. And maybe I'm gonna talk a little bit about that when Matt is gone. I'll talk a little bit about my favorite 5 3 variations, and we'll definitely get it more into that because I mean I'm now that I'm looking at this course, I'm thinking, damn it. I mean, I really like it, and I mean we need to make a more advanced 5 3 course about some of the
Yep.
trickiest variations, some of the hamete, some of the trick plays. And I mean,
Yep.
I'm still hoping that we can find someone like Matt who likes the 5 3, and like me who also loves it, but someone maybe stronger than me and stronger than Matt, someone like I don't know, some A done or something who could just show that in a course. But if that's not gonna happen, I guess I'm gonna have to do it myself. I don't know.
Yeah, we could get one of the other uh, players from maybe the Go Club to come down. He speaks only Japanese, but there is a good 7 down there at the Go Club, so I might have to translate for him and just have him point at the board.
All right, let's.
Play here.
Yeah, we have a few actually a few pictures. I was mentioning this the Go Club, and when I was mentioning
Oh
it when
yeah,
I was thinking about those pictures that you sent me. So let's take a look at those. I had a couple of
yeah.
questions there as well. Mike, which one should I pick? Like, which one is it for photos with me and Matt? To look at photos, so that me and Matt could look at photos together. Which one should I pick? Which option? Which scene?
For Mike. Mike is super. He knows everything.
Oh, photos full screen. All right, let's. Oh yeah, it's right there.
Here we go. The cherry trees, the cherry blossoms.
Okay, so let me actually open the photos that I could
Yeah.
go through them.
So
Okay.
this is actually a beautiful cherry blossom tree right outside one of the schools that I teach at.
Yeah, it is. It is. I was just telling you yesterday that we also have some beautiful cherry blossoms here in Batumi in Georgia, but I mean
Oh,
nothing
cool.
like this. This is really this is sakura, right?
Yes, this is a traditional sakura. There's a few different species of it,
So,
or subspecies, I guess.
hmm so do people actually
Yep,
do this what's called hanami, like flower
yep.
viewing? Like,
Flower viewing.
how does it happen in Japan?
Well, I went flower viewing with my family initially, and we just you wait for a good sunny day when the sakura trees are in full bloom, and you pick a mountaintop near you that has a temple or something like that, and you head over to there. Usually, there's 4 or 5 sakura trees you can hang out.
Hmm.
So we went to a mountain nearby that's called in English it's called Crow Feather Mountain,
Crow
and it's
feather. And
it's
nice.
called that because they all live there. All the crows live on top of this mountain. If you see a crow in my city, it lives on top of this mountain. And there's a beautiful, beautiful jinja up there, a traditional Japanese Shinto shrine, and it has sakura trees all around it. So we just went up there and had lunch,
Okay. Yeah, I was
and
just
there's a
wondering if
flower
there's
view.
if there's any activity specifically associated with flower viewing. Like when you get to this on top of the top of the mountain and there's a shrine and there's your sakura trees and it's like what do you do next? Do you just stand there and look at them? Or is there anything
Well,
else that you do?
usually you lay out your blanket, right? And you have a picnic.
A
But
picnic.
usually
Oh,
it's
okay.
yeah, you have the Japanese bentos, the boxed lunch.
Yeah, 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 bento. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and you can eat dango, which are mochi, which are rice cakes stuck on a stick,
Stop.
and
Yeah.
you can buy
I
those.
have to stop right there. I'm sitting here and I'm hungry. I haven't had dinner yet. Now you're gonna
Oh
talk about
no.
sushi again and the Japanese goodies. Oh, come on, stop it. Okay, let's. Oh, that is beautiful.
Yep, they're gorgeous. They go so soon, though. You can see some of the petals are already on the ground there.
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, it's also part of
Um,
the beauty. Otherwise, it would be just.
yes.
It's like snow. It has to be in the air and on the ground in order for that to be like fully beautiful. All right,
Yep.
what is this?
Well, these are the floorboards they have. You can see at the this is at the local go club that I go
Oh,
to.
that's
It's a
still inside the Go
tatami.
Club. That's the Go Club that we've been talking about for so long. Okay.
Yep.
Are these
These are the some.
floorboards? Are these Go buns? Are they used? I mean, or are they just stored there and nobody actually plays on them?
Uh, Usually there's the hardcore players. If they show up, they'll get out the floorboards and they'll play.
That
But the grandpas and the grandmas kind of have bad backs, so um, most of them play up on the table boards. But we do have 6 or 7 people who are very very serious,
I
and
would be. I would totally be one. I would be definitely one of them,
yep,
for sure. But
yep.
do you prefer to play over a Go bun or over like a table board when you come
I
to a Go
prefer
Club?
the floorboards,
Okay, good.
the proper gobang, yeah. And I like to sit seiza too, just to scare my opponent.
Okay, okay.
Like,
You
whoa,
you've
he's so traditional.
you've passed the test. It
Yeah,
was a test and you've passed
yeah,
it. That actually
yeah.
that Go Bowl, that single one, it looks very beautiful. It looks like it's a mulberry.
It
Um,
probably is. They have 3 or 4 sets of really good, go stones and go bulls.
Yeah, yeah, it looks I mean, I'm such a I look at this and I'm thinking, "Oh my god, I'm such a nerd of, like, Go equipment." Because
Good to be a nerd
this
about go equipment.
I mean, just look at this and you just it makes me drool thinking of, "Oh my god, I
Yes.
want this in my apartment or something." And this is, everyone is right there in the middle of okay, that part, that corner is right there in the upper right, and
Yep.
everyone is playing. And yeah, like you said last time, there's no one there's no one even close to your age.
Nope. But all these old people, they're in their 70s, 80s. I think one of them is even in his 90s, and they're all spry. They come down at twice a week and play. Like most of them have to walk there. They don't have cars or bicycles or anything. So,
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, we have a lot of statistics that Go kind of helps the brain and it helps you stay like avoid Alzheimer's, right?
yep, keeps you young. Yep. Anton is saying sitting over a Gobon on the floor is a serious challenge. It
Yeah, yeah,
can
it is.
be.
It is, yeah. And
Yeah.
this is the absolutely idyllic picture of like this floor Goban and what is it? What do those characters say? They say something about the like avoiding devices or something. Like you can't use electronic devices in the Go Club or something like that.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Uh,
'Cause you've got, that's the kanji for device. But right next to that is the pull cord for the fan. So
yeah, so I can
that's the only.
only I'm only like being kind of like I'm just feeling blind here because those characters they look very similar to Chinese characters, and then the first one looks like a void, and then this the third and the fourth one looks like a tool like electronic tool, and I was wondering if it's about the like not using phones inside the club, or is it about like not using Catago or something like that, or AI? But probably it's not about AI. Probably it's just about phones. So people would just turn off their phones
Yeah,
when playing.
I don't. I have no idea. I haven't. Like I can't really see that kanji very well from here. And I was actually sitting right next to them yesterday, and I did not read them, and I was on my phone. So
All right, let's
I,
get back.
I've broken the rules.
Yeah, apparently. But you are. Do you get like? Oh, wait, let me get back to let me get back to our regular conversation here.
Yeah.
Here.
Mr. Pui says it sounds like a great place. And he's right, it is. It's an amazing place, and I feel very lucky that I got invited to play there. Um, it's great for my Japanese, it's great for my Go, and I enjoy it every time I go.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it looks absolutely amazing, and it's just I can't even like imagine a better place for a Go club. It's this is how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to look
Yep.
like this. Like all of those Go
Yep.
clubs that I've been to, they're always kind of they feel like it's a Go club, but it's not. It's like it's so many things at the same time. But this is like Go club proper. This is what specifically for that. Can't
Yeah.
one go there without invitation. Yeah, I was wondering if you as a foreigner, if you had any do you have any special treatment? Like do people um I mean treat you in any other way than they would treat other people? You mentioned to me yesterday that there was one guy there who's also a Japanese teacher and like at the same time he plays a game against you and he could also correct your Japanese a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. We were reviewing the game, and this is the seven dan player is was a Japanese teacher. Yeah, that's what he did the whole game. Anytime I said anything, he would find my mistake, and he'd be like, "Ah, that was pretty good, but you should have said this." Now back to the Go game. And actually, it's got nothing to do with being foreign. Uh, this Go Club, the place you just saw, is actually in it's in a local city hall.
Hmm.
Um, which there's for the city I'm in, there is one big city hall where you go and do like government activities. This is like a local city hall for like the area of the city I'm in.
Hmm.
Uh, and so the only way you're going to find out about these meetings, the only way you're going to find out like when the Go Club is, when they meet, what they do, is if someone in the Go Club tells you.
Right.
Um,
So there's no
so
there's no I don't know, banner outside, or like any.
no, yeah,
Wow. So you
they're not good at
basically,
advertising.
yeah. Mike just asked if anybody could go there uninvited, but I guess it's not
Oh,
happening, right? If you don't
well, you
know,
could if you, yeah, if
if you
you
knew,
wandered in there at the right time, like magically, like I'm looking for a Go place. How
and they're
about here?
like
And you open the
right
store.
there.
Oh, hey, look at that. Yeah, they'd love to have you. But like they don't have money to put it out in a newspaper or anything like that. So you just have to get lucky enough that someone hears you play Go and they contact someone in the club and it gets back to you.
Yeah, yeah. I remember that like every once in a while, Alexander Dinnerstein keeps posting some figures from Japan, from Korea, about the popularity of Go in general, the number of searches on search engines, and like the number of Go enthusiasts in the country, and it just every time those figures look very tragic because they keep just declining steadily year after
Yeah,
year. The number of people gets like less and less. And in like in recent years, like in the last 10 years, it's like almost twice as fewer people as before. So does it feel like this, or does it feel like it's still alive, very much alive within this community?
yeah. I think you can probably apply that to just about any kind of board game or like professional game in general. I think lots of the esports games and things like that, or even like just classic games like baseball. Right? Uh, Sometimes they feel like they're losing the number of people who are interested in them, but within that community, it's still very strong and it's still very alive. And yeah, I think they'd want more people who play Go in Japan. Everyone still knows what it is here.
Hmm.
So if you ask any of the elementary school kids who are like in fifth grade, sixth grade, they know what Go is. Um,
They might even know
they
the rules.
probably, yeah, they might know the rules. They
It's
might mix it up with Othello, but
I think it's the main reason is the new computer games, Anton says, but maybe.
yeah,
Yeah,
and I
a
think
lot of
in Japan
distractions. Yeah,
the
so many games on the cell
yeah,
phones and everywhere. It's just so
yeah,
easy to get away from Go into something more seemingly more exciting.
yeah, and I think for a lot of people, the opposite is true. Though I think a lot of people get tired of the phone games and the computer games and stuff, and they look for something that's a little bit more.
Gotta
And
stay
if they have
optimistic.
someone around them who likes Go or the old games, then they'll get interested in it.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
someone said something.
Yeah, Sander saying that he found people in their 30s who considered it something they had to do in their childhood, and only old people do it voluntarily. Yeah, I actually I encountered the same kind of people in China. It's the same. Like
Really?
you meet a guy, for example, who is let's say 23 or 24. He's like just fresh out of college, and you ask him if he plays Go, and he's like, yeah, I used to play it when I was a kid. And then you start playing a game with him, and you realize he's actually a Chinese five dan, and you're like, "What? You're pretty strong." And he's like, "Well, I became 5 done when I was 9. Because
Yeah.
my parents forced me to play. They forced me to go to a Go club,
Uh,
and I became a 5 done. And then I just quit and went on to do different things. School, college, everything else, other dancing, whatever. But he still has the
yeah.
the the, the strength, so he's still a 5 done. But it's yeah, a lot of
That's
people think of
interesting.
it as something that they had to do because they were. It's like playing the piano when your parents force you to play the piano.
Hmm. Yeah, that still exists here with the piano. There's lots of kids who are really good at the piano. It's like, why do you play? I'm like, I have to because they take
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
lessons. But I don't think that happens so much with Go. And I think it was I think Hikaru no Go. the manga came out almost almost 30 years now.
Yeah,
Back in the 1990s.
we're getting old.
And that yeah, right? And that might be one of the causes I think here in Japan is um interest in that kind of thing is really drummed up by uh,
Yeah, yeah, we
an anime and stuff like that. And
yeah.
if they could do that again,
I hope they will.
they would
I hope they will. There
it
was a
would take
new
off.
kind of anime which is very similar to Hikaru in China, and there was another, I think, like a movie TV series adaptation of Hikaru no Go, another like a Chinese version of Hikaru no
Yeah.
Go, just like a year ago. So I hope that maybe Japan will also make something new, and with their ability to create amazing like this manga anime content, I'm sure that will make another very successful thing, and the popularity of Go will just go back up.
Yeah. They just gotta dramatize it, I think, like what you did with Joe and the blood vomiting game and all that stuff, right? If they could turn all that into actual dramatization for the TV, oh man, there was so much secrecy and drama in the Edo period around Go. It's amazing. It's a board game, right? So you're like, ah, people aren't going to kill each other over that. Well,
But they would, yeah.
actually,
Mrsariel is asking, any clue how much time does it take for those Japanese kids to reach 5 done?
um,
I guess it's
well,
the
for example, there's a really amazing new two-dom professional Go player here, uh, and she is in the sixth grade, I do believe, in elementary school. Her name is
Nakamura.
trying to remember. I think it's no, I think it's Sumide. Sumide is her name.
Nakamura
Nakamura
Sumire.
Sumide.
Nakamura
So,
Sumire.
so yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
She's a real star right now. She's
Oh, she's amazing. She challenged for the yeah. They just said it down there. She challenged for the female
a female
Meijin
Kisei.
title here.
Oh, Meijin. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Meijin, yeah.
Yeah,
And
she could have been. She lost 2-0, but she could have been. Yeah, she was a contender. Yeah, exactly.
yep. Here
Which is
means
incredible
Japan.
in her. I mean, how she's like what 10, 11 now?
She's 11, I do believe, and she has the record for youngest
Yeah,
professional one don, and she has the record for now for being the youngest to challenge for a title.
yeah. She's so. I
Um,
mean, she's so cute. I mean, so
yep,
young and so strong already. So yeah, we're following
yep,
her closely. Yeah. So
yep.
yeah.
And I think there's lots of younger professionals in Japan still. They still get to be really, really strong when they're young. Um, and I think it's just like any other, what we would consider to be the stereotypical Asian country where the kids have that kind of amazing study power. Uh, Japan still got it if they want it.
Mr. Serial is asking, sorry, here means where? I guess it's about, well, math is in Japan. So if he said,
Mhm.
if Matthew said here, it means in Japan. And if I said here, then I guess it means in Georgia.
Yeah.
She's so
Yep.
cute and she'll eat all your groups as snacks. She might. She just might. Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, on this optimistic note, we're gonna say goodbye to Matthew, and good luck with finishing your course. We hope to see the final second section of mokuhazushi course very soon. And after
I'll
that,
do what I can.
we'll finally get into the Kajiwara story. That's gonna be.
Yes.
I'm all excited.
If
I'm all excited for that.
and
So
if anything should be on TV, it's that. That would be a hell of a TV program.
absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Those
yeah,
guys.
yeah, it's already late night in Japan. So not to keep Matt too late, we're gonna stop the
Too
conversation.
late.
I mean, you know, you,
It's already 12:30.
come on, I was covering for you, Matt.
It's okay. I don't need to be awake tomorrow. It's fine.
Wait,
Fine.
tomorrow is your is school day, right? You got work
Yeah, I
tomorrow.
gotta teach, but nobody listens to me anyways.
Yeah,
Especially English.
you start classes early, right? What time do you have
Huh?
to
They start they start classes pretty late, I think, in Japan. Actually, in America, we had to be at school at 7. In Japan, they have to
Oh,
be at school at like 8:40. 8:40 is when the classes start. So
well, for me, I'm a very, very late night owl these days. So for me, 8:40 sounds pretty much the same as 7:30, and all of that sounds pretty much the same as 9:30. It's all still so very late. So I mean, so very early. And I would very much like
ah,
to go to school at I don't know. If I had to go to school right now in Japan, I would prefer to go there at I don't know, 11, 12.
yep.
Anyway,
Anytime like that, the high schoolers are later. They're like 9 a.m. So they are
anyway,
good in my opinion.
thanks so much for joining us today, and
You
we
bet.
hope to see you again when maybe when the course is finished, and maybe when we talk about Kajiwara again. Well, who knows?
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Happy to talk whenever.
yes, see ya.
All right. Good night.
Bye.
We
Wait, how do we stop this?
uh-oh.
And yes. Ooh. All right, now you guys can see this what we wrote at the very beginning about wait, let me get back to chat. Give me a second here. Have I missed anything? Somebody followed us. Part of the day that you never see. Yeah. All right, so today was kind of a bit spontaneous. We just wanted to, get together with Matt and talk about the course, and we did. And now it's well, I would maybe say a few words about the mokuhazushi because as you know, I love it and I play it a lot in my games. And if you ever play against me on 19 by 19, then you will see that I play it almost in every game. And yeah, it could be very confusing. So I'm sure that what Matt will show in the course is going to be like he's going to just cover the very basics. But trust me, mokuhazushi has a lot of hidden treasures that are just so much fun to discover. So, what do? Do we play a game first? Kind of, we haven't played on Twitch for a long time. So, if anybody wants to play a game, maybe on 9 by 9 or maybe even 13 by 13, we could do that. And if not, then I could maybe show you some mokuhazushi stuff, just a little bit, just a snippet of mokuhazushi stuff. Just to mention again that in this corner we have this support Ukraine button, this support Ukraine line, and what it means is that everything that is going to be purchased on our website for the entire duration of this live stream, it's going to go completely in full support of Ukraine. So this is what we have so far. This is within this 20-day period that we promised, like half of what we make. And this live stream is also in support of that. Now, you've been very very quiet. What's going on, everybody? How's it going? Anyone up for a game? All right, you think about that, and while you're thinking, let's go to OGS, and I will show you something. Let's play. No, Anton, please, please, don't get me started. Come on. All right, let's go to OGS. Let me open it first. So I want to show you. Actually, a demo board is going to be fine. Hmm. Okay. No. Is it good? Is it good now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Vadim has pause. He can't fix anything. Wow. Looks like hands to me. Those hands, they don't know how to fix things. They only know how to take stones and place them on the board. Stone on the board. Stone on the board. All right. So, mokuhazushi, like I was saying, that if you can't listen to. I know it's been really common these days that you ask AI for like every step you need to make on the board, and AI will tell you what you need to do. But with mokuhazushi, you just have to accept the fact that you're gonna lose a little bit from the start because the AI doesn't really like it so much. And for example, my typical game might begin. Let me close this. My typical game might begin like this. For example, white would take a star point, and I would take another 5-3 and another star point. And at this point, already the computer would say that it's not really good for black, especially all the more so because I'm not going to do typically something like that, which is going to be the AI suggestion. But what I would like to do is some weird shaped corner enclosure. So I could do something, something like that, for example, in my games, and something like that, or even something as crazy as this, which is just welcoming an invasion. It's welcoming, it's just asking for you to jump right in, and if you do, then this happens, and then white gets pressured, white gets under attack, and now white starts. If white starts running, I just start attacking white, and white doesn't really have a base. Black is making points. That's kind of the idea of this whole thing. But with all of that in mind, you still need to remember that the computer is going to say, maybe this is not what you should be doing. It's not optimal. So you just have to, if you want to try 5-3, you need to accept this. You just have to embrace the fact that what you start with at the start of the game, you're going to just go, I don't know, you're going to start with 30% and your opponent has 70. But that's fine. That's only the beginning of the game because you never know what's going to happen next. So let me show you what 5-3 is actually about. And this is what Matt will also talk about in his course. He will cover only the basics of this variation. So let's say this happens, white approaches, and this is it. This is the taisha, the great slope. This is what makes 5-3 so appealing to people who like trick plays and confusing variations. It's because this is possible, and this is offering white to jump into a pool of endlessly difficult variations. And it's not. I mean, you can get out of this in a simple way, and a lot of people who want to avoid complications, they would play something, something like this, and just jump. It looks kind of weird, but at the same time, it avoids everything. It avoids any of those insanely hard things that could exist within there. And maybe white loses a tiny fraction of a percent, but at the same time, look at this: white gets the points, and black gets a wall. It's fine. This could be fine. But if white accepts the challenge, and usually white does, especially if you play on Asian servers, if you play on Taijam or Fox, your opponents are not going to just, get scared and avoid complications. They will cut. No, they will attach here, and then you have to wedge, and this kind of begins the great slope. And you're constantly offering white choices to avoid the the biggest complications. So for example, here you're offering white a choice which side to Atari from, and if white chooses incorrectly like this, then this is very good for black. You just connect, and there's nothing white can do to make it um, like really appealing for white. White could, for example, do this and live in the corner, but who needs the corner? Look at this. Black gets all the influence, all the power. This looks nice. I mean, for someone who likes to play for territory, like my teacher Alexander Dinnerstein, maybe he would be even okay with this as white. He likes corners. Oh, he takes every corner that he can. But for me, when I look at this, I think, nah, I really like black here. If I have the walls and then I can, build influence and moyos and then attack my opponent, I love that. And guys, if you have any questions along the way, because I'm gonna just ramble about this for a few more minutes about this Taisha, but I'm driving to this one variation that I want to show you specifically today as as just one example of how difficult it can be. But if you have any questions along the way, you can try to ask, and if I can answer, if I know the answer, I will. So white needs to Atari from here, and then a lot of people would actually, if I think whenever I played this against Anton, he would try to avoid avoid the complications because he doesn't like to get in there. He would play like this and allow me to cut this, and black gets the corner. And then actually, it feels so tempting here to do this because this is Sente. Black has to take, and then white. If white has the ladder, white's going to play this. But this is actually a mistake. You're helping black. You don't need to help black. So the correct way is to just play here without helping black in any way. Because in the future, when, if, for example, black has some kind of a ladder breaker and white captures, well, in the future, this will become possible and white will capture the stones. But this is all for the weak at heart, because we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna get scared. We're gonna connect here, and this begins the Taisha. Oh, we need to ban someone, right, Mike? We need to ban someone. Someone is there's a someone is flooding about there's spam in the chat. You see it? Thanks. Yeah. So this is the Taisha. White extends, and everyone is disconnected. That's the whole point of Taisha. Everyone is separated. There's black here, there's black here, there's white there, there's white there, and now it's a huge fight. And one wrong move in this fight, and you're done for. So you have to be very careful. You have to be very careful where you go, and that's why it kind of makes sense to maybe learn those simplifications of the taisha, of the great slope. Because if you're not the one playing it but your opponent is, then maybe you don't want to get in here without preparation. If you're not ready for this, there's a huge probability that you're gonna die somewhere because this could get very tricky. I just started experimenting with a taisha since Friday. Ooh, when I watched the class, and it's so cool. It is cool. And I used to learn a lot of taisha variations when I was in China, and my teacher always looked at me with a slight smile, because I played taisha against my teacher countless times, and every time it would turn out to be not so good for me and kind of better for him. Just, but he seemed to know everything, all of my tricks. Every time I would prepare some new taisha trick for him, and he would just refute everything. Quick question: which side do you want to have your 3-5? You're looking for a fight. Well, actually, this is the kind of this is the kind of formation that I would like to have. This this is the kind of formation. And if you're looking for a fight, you need to allow your opponent to approach. So, because if you do this, then obviously it's not going to be a fight. It's just going to be a regular, because it's the same as if we do this first and then we do this. It's exactly the same, but we reverse the order. So this is not a fight. It's not so exciting, even though this is a very good move. So you want to leave one of the corners open so that your opponent has a chance to approach, and then you start a fight. Um, and that's why I told you that if you start with something like this is a very, very provocative move because it kind of threatens to take a huge corner. And if your opponent doesn't invade, like if your opponent just plays anything else, then you could take a huge corner. It's a lot better than a small 3 point, like a small corner enclosure. But at the same time, if your opponent invades, then it could get it could get complicated because you're going to be the one with the upper hand. You have more stones here. You're going to be attacking. I mean, do you want the 5-3 to be on your side or the side of your opponent? Well, what do you mean your side? Where is my side? Uh, it's a go board. I mean, it could be on anybody's side. You mean do I play it here on this side? It doesn't really matter. I think. I typically prefer the parallel opening when I put both of my stones on the same side. But I think even the diagonal opening is more because I like the moyo. So if I have a chance to build a framework, it's easier to build when your stones are on one side. But diagonal opening could be very aggressive too. It doesn't really matter. Wait, how do I get back to the variation? Oh, no, not this one. Wait, where was it? Nope, nope. Ah, all right. I'm gonna have to just. I was here, right? Here, yes. And this is where we stopped. And so I'm gonna show you this one very famous. It's not even a trick play, but it's a very famous Taisha variation. And the reason it's famous is because Shusaku himself made a mistake in it. It was part of the ear reddening game. And if you know what I'm talking about, that's a game that Shusaku played against Genan Inseki, and Shusaku won that game famously. But we're going to talk about that in some other course specifically, I think. But the game is really famous. I think you've heard of it. And in that game, Shusaku made a mistake. Let me show you where the mistake was. So typically, and this is what you will see in Matthew's course, black can just play here, and then white will play here, and black connects, and it's very simple, a very basic variation. But black has other options. Black can push here. Well, white needs to respond, and then maybe we could push again. White responds. Then we block. White needs to move out. And we can do this and ask white how he's going to respond. And the correct response here for white, I mean, the correct according to books, and the AI actually also prefers this, is to play a knight's move like this. Just to quietly and calmly move out, uh, avoid being sealed in like this, and this is okay. This is an even game. For example, in your opening, if you had to play Taisha or on one of your 5-3, would you prefer it on the top one where the 5-3 is facing your other corner, and the bottom where it faces the opponent's stone? Well, it's better if I have the ladder. It's better if if diagonally it's going to your stone, because uh, it will not allow your opponent to play some of those ladder moves. It's going to be more difficult for your opponent to simplify the taisha if the ladder's in your favor. So yes, it's better if it's diagonal. And in that game, Shusaku actually played here. And I'm not going to go into very much detail here because this is tricky, and I'm just going to show you what happened in that game and why it happened. This is a slight mistake because it allows it allows black to push here one more time, and then Hane, and double Hane. And after this, white is in a bit of a pickle, because if white now decides to Altari like this and take the stone, then this is very good for black. Look at this. Black captures the 5 stones, and this is amazing. Those 5 stones were cutting stones, even though white gets a panuki shape, the capture of 1 stone. But this is terrible because now those white stones here, they have no meaning. They're just disconnected there, and they're not cutting anybody anymore. So they will just become a target for attack. This looks very, 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 very good for black. I mean, if I had this in my game, I would think, okay, the game is in the pocket. But of course, this is not going to happen. And in the game, I think it was played like this. Atari from the other side. And then white needs to try and live there. But it's difficult to live unconditionally. So white will Hane and do this. Black can Atari here once, and then Atari here, and this is a Ko. And the problem is this. When black captures, and this is actually, it happened a couple times in tournaments, and this whole variation was like move for move, the exact same variation happened in tournaments. When black takes the Ko first, white needs to look for a Ko threat. And it seems so tempting to play this as a Ko threat. You're saving a stone, you're threatening the 2 cutting stones, why not? But this is actually a fatal mistake. And even the AI doesn't see this as a mistake right at the start. You have to wait and give it more time to. Yeah, I know. Sorry, Anton. Yeah, it's tricky, but I'm just showing you why Taisha is considered to be this Joseki of 10,000 variations, because what you see maybe in this basic course is only a tiny glimpse of what Taisha can be. And Taisha can also be this ugly, and with like every move is a deadly trap, and you step on it and you die. So and the reason why this is bad, and the correct move is actually to Atari directly. This is the right Ko threat here. But if you don't, if you play here, then does anyone know what's going to happen actually? Anyone suggestions? You can type a move that you think should be played here for black. I mean, black is not going to play here, okay? Black is not going to. This is not. White is hoping for this, of course. White is hoping that black's going to respond, and then white will take the Ko back. But this is not what's going to happen. O19 or P18. O19 or P18. Well, you're giving 2 options. Which one? O19. Wait. Um. Wait. What's happening? O19 taking the Ko. O19. Okay. And then P18 and 19. P18 and 19. Okay. P18 and 19. And then O19. O19. Does it work? This also works? Oh, I think it also works, right? It also works. Yeah. It works, and then black defends. Yeah. It works in the same way. Yeah, you're right. So both of these work. My variation was pretty much the same. It was like this Atari first. White needs to take. And then this Atari. White has to take. And then this Atari. White needs to take. And now white simply has 1 eye. And black doesn't need to respond to anything. So black just defends against the Ko threat. And the result is that white is simply dead. Of course, this is not what happened in the Shusaku game. In the Iriaden game, uh, I mean, Honeybo Shusaku obviously saw this as a mistake. He read this whole variation and he avoided this and he lived with two eyes at the top. But this is where he kind of lost a little bit. And he later had to kind of come back and find that ear reddening move to get back into the game. But he was behind, I think, throughout the like most of the game because of this mistake in the Taisha. Honimbo Shusaku made a mistake in the Taisha version. Just think about that. Honimbo Shusaku, one of the greatest geniuses who ever lived, made a mistake in the Great Slope in a 5-3. So yeah, it could be tricky. And I mean, one day maybe there's no hope to ever make a course that covers everything. I mean, we could probably make a course with 20 videos that covers every single variation in the Taisha, but that course is going to be boring as hell. I mean, who would want to watch this? So, in order to make it alive and exciting and fun, that that's going to take a lot of effort because this is, Joseki is one of the least exciting topics in the game of Go. Is Joseki is just like standard patterns, standard variations that have been made standard by professionals. And how exciting can it be? It doesn't look very exciting. As you showed it to me, Katago couldn't find this variation. Yeah, exactly. Katago didn't see this. If you ask Katago at first, smooth takeoff. Hey, welcome. If you ask Katago, then at least my Katago, maybe my computer is not powerful enough. But if you ask Katago here, it will also suggest this as a co-threat. And after, if you give it a lot of time to think, after it reads a lot of variations, it will finally discover that this is a mistake and you can't play here. So that was just my Catago should learn math course first. Probably Catago should watch some of those basic lessons first, and then come back and play. I mean, what was it thinking? So I have some of my own favorite trick moves. Like for example, I'll just show you one more. Again, just to give you one more glimpse of what it might be like. So there's also this kind of thing. Black instead of playing this, which is also a bit of a trick move, inviting white to play like this, which seems very normal, right? Um, there's something else that I think even a lot of Dom players, if you play this against anybody like a 4 or 5 Don, I'm sure that a lot of them don't know this variation because nobody plays the 5-3, and then this is something to possibly trick them. And if they know, then nothing bad is going to happen. It's actually, I think it's the best possible hamete. The best possible trick play is when you try to trick your opponent, and if the trick doesn't work, it just goes back to a normal variation. So it doesn't just hit you back if your opponent knows the right answer. So what you can do here is check this out. You can push a couple more times because this is kind of sente. And then instead of doing this or doing, sorry. And instead of doing even something like this, you can do this as a trick move. Have you ever seen this? This is a classic, very very old trick play, but because it's old, it means that also, you know, a lot of people probably have never seen it. It's not very common. You don't see it a lot these days because right now everyone's busy invading Sunsons after star points. So, Anton, have you ever seen this? No? Mike, have you seen this? Ah, okay. So, anybody? Guys, have you seen this move? Do you know what white should do here? NJ44, welcome. Hey, we're talking about Taisha here. Yeah, and this is I promise you, this is the last variation. Again, this could be confusing and difficult, and it's the last thing. Maybe next time we'll talk more about and I will go into some details and explain some interesting things. N16. Again, I'm looks like a misclick. Exactly, exactly. N16. Well, N16 is a possible move, but you know what's going to happen after N16? Black is not going to connect, of course, and black is not going to cut. Black is going to play here, and what next? Yeah, that's the trick. That's the trick. You want to play here, and the whole point is that now you just want to capture, right? You want to capture, but if you do, um, actually, I think maybe black is even gonna play. If you capture, I think this is gonna happen, and this looks dangerous. Dangerous. Oh, I keep pressing the wrong button. So, what the old book said, and I'm actually not sure what AI has to say about this. I haven't checked, but the old book said that this is the move, and that's why it's a trick play because to find this move without any prior knowledge, it's very hard. And the whole idea here being that either white gets this move in Sente, and this is okay, or if you play like this, then white gets a chance to. White could, for example, do maybe play here, this, this. Wait, how do we do this? What's the order? What's the right order here? I think maybe white can take first this. White will try to enclose, of course. And now, yes, Anton, you were right. And then white gets a chance because of that attachment, because of this crazy attachment. White gets a chance to get out of here. Otherwise, white would just die there without any eyes. White wouldn't make two eyes. But now, white would maybe push here first, and then this. And black would need to fix the weaknesses. Maybe this. And we could do this first, and Atari, ruin the shape, make black into a less efficient shape, and then finally we just live in the corner. This is Sente, we're alive, and everybody's happy. So if white finds this whole variation, good job. But if white doesn't, you know, it could go wrong. So yeah. By the way, why do we call it trick play if in any case it doesn't result bad for the tricker? Well, it's a trick play because it can result bad for the person tricked. We're tricking somebody. It's like Halloween. We call it a trick because somebody gets tricked. So this little 48 move variation, just a little thing. Yeah. I'm sorry about this. This is complicated, but these are some of the things that I love to study when I did study Go more actively. Now I don't really spend enough time on it, but when I did, this was what fascinated me, and this is what fascinates me even today, actually. So let me get back to from OGS for a second. Okay. And we're back. So this was mokuhazushi. I hope you guys didn't get scared. I hope I didn't scare you into never playing it again, because mokuhazushi can be fun. Of course, when you play it for the first time, it could go wrong, and maybe you play it first and then you end up losing the game for sure, because you don't know how to handle it, and your opponent will just invade and you lose. But give it some time, try it a few times, and it could turn into a very nice weapon because your opponents wouldn't know what to do with it. In many cases, your opponents are used to, especially these days, it's only 3-4-4-4. Only Komoko and Star Point. Komoko and Star Point. The same moves, the same sequences, the same Joseki. And then boom, you play a 5-3 and you see what they do. So that was what I wanted to show you about this. Do we have anybody? Does anybody want to play a game? Yeah. Even when I play, even if I play 4-4, I play a Star Point. I I wouldn't invade. I mean, I know that the computer wants me to invade, but I never jump into Sansan without a reason for that. So I would jump later, but I never jump at the very start of the game. I would still approach the old way. I guess I'm just conservative. I guess I'm just old fashioned, but that's the way I like it. And those games, they turn out to be more different than the games with all the standard Josekis in four corners. So, um, anybody up for a game? You can show the magical store. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can talk about the website for a second. Yeah, about our updates. If nobody wants to play, I could talk about some of the things that we've had. Wait, do I need the earphones? I don't need earphones anymore. Okay. Ooh, feels good. Forgot about them. So, let me actually open our website and yeah, talk a little bit about that. Wait. There you go. All right, so what we have here, and some of the updates. So this is the course that we've been talking about this whole time, the basics of the 5-3. And right now you only have the first section available, but the second section is coming. And this, oh yes, this is the typical mistakes course. And this is the what we've spent an enormous and just an obscene amount of time on the typical mistakes to 2.0 because we just wanted to make it big and exciting and just flashy, and there's a character inside and there's music and there's everything, but it took a lot of time. So it's coming. Like, I know a lot of people are probably waiting, and the 5-3 course is coming, I don't know, maybe next month. I think, I mean, this month already. And the typical mistakes is definitely coming this month as well. We have everything filmed, and a lot of the lessons have been edited already. So we just need to finish some of the quizzes and some of the editing a little bit here and there, and then you'll have the entire course. So it's coming. It's coming, and actually, right there, I think if you open it, because we've been Tchaikovsky. Yeah, there's because the character had to be Nutcracker, and Nutcracker is just Nutcracker isn't Nutcracker without the wonderful music of Tchaikovsky. So we decided to, why not put it all together, and so actually because it was difficult to keep up with the entire with the entire table of contents, because I just kept changing it, and even now the first section is this is what it is, but the second one we're going to change it a little bit. So there's going to be not 5 but 6 lessons in Act 2, and the names are going to be slightly different and in a slightly different order. But just wait and see. It's coming quite soon. So just you wait. Just you wait. I hope you won't be disappointed. And by the way, just to remind you guys that because we were working on this typical mistakes part 2, we also made. Oh, it was actually right here. We also made this course, typical mistakes that would let us get better. This course, we made it completely free. Before, I think you could only watch like one lesson from this course for free, but now it is free. So if you're starting out and you just maybe you learned the rules and you learned the basics of the game, you know your basic maybe a couple of basic Joseki and maybe Tsuji and some basic stuff, then this is a very good place to go next, because chances are that if you are a beginner, chances are you're making one of these mistakes, and probably not even one, probably like half of them at least, you're making in your games regularly, and this course will, I hope, help you fix them. Those are some very, very simple, very basic mistakes, And once you fix them, you just start playing immediately better. The second course, however, the typical mistakes part two, it will focus on the mistakes will get a lot darker and heavier and more difficult, but also not just reading blunders, not just when you try to read a very like the I'm not the mistakes like the Taisha mistakes, when you just try to read and you just can't, but the mistakes in your understanding when you think that it should be like this, but it's not, just by some illusion of the game. And what Anton mentioned was this: the store. Finally, there's the golden button here at the top, and this is what we've been promising you for a very long time. Why doesn't it open? When we watch the games in OGS, even SDK players make mistakes from our first course. Yeah, yeah, it's surprising that those mistakes that you will see in the typical mistakes course, I thought of them like I put here that difficulty is 1 2, so it's like the very basics when you're 25 20 Q, 18 Q, maybe something like this. But I was surprised to discover that even like 6 Q players or 5 Q players sometimes make mistakes from this basic course. So it wouldn't be absolutely useless for even for 5Q players to try and try and take this course and just make sure that they don't make any of these basic mistakes. Why is my page not? Um, what is happening? Okay, there you go. Inside the Go Magic store, your balance is 0. Oh, that's because we're not signed up. Okay, but this is it. It doesn't have any a lot of items inside yet, and I'm hoping that in the future there's going to be more goodies for you to choose from. But this is finally a place for you to spend your golden coins that you've been collecting this whole time. So if you've been solving some problems in the skill trees, and if you've been getting some coins in the courses, then this is where you can finally spend them. You can extend your membership here. If you already have a membership, you can just keep extending it with these coins for 15 or whatever, all the way through to 90 days. And if you don't have a membership, you can get it with a discount here, and then you can get courses with a discount. Just you just click here, for example, and then you press this button when you're logged in. It's going to be a buy button, and then it's going to be right there in your like when you click buy something, it's going to be already counted in. More quizzes for the skill tree, and this is the unlimited skill. This is what the magic membership. This is what the magic members, and I think the gold members as well. The premium members have this as a privilege. They have this full unlimited access to the skill tree, but everyone else, they have a limit of I don't remember how many quizzes per day, and this for 2,000 coin takes that limit away, and you just get the whole tree, the entire tree opens. You can access like any problem you want and as many problems as you like. And those are the flashcards that we once made to practice your end game. Anyway, not a lot of things, but hope you guys like it. End game flashcards. Are you gonna expand the amount of flashcards? Maybe the basic mistakes for Joseki or basic advanced shapes. Um, well, these are only end game flashcards, so we wanted to make it like into a very basic structure. Like, this is the end game position that you can see very often in your games, and this is the value. This is the exact value of how much it's worth. So you wouldn't have to like count every time. You can just remember once and for all, and you in a game you would just know that, okay, this move is worth like 18 points. There's no need to count. It's 18 points. I want to play it now. And it's very difficult to do the same thing with with like a flashcard for a basic mistake. What would it be like? It would just help you remember, like memorize the mistake or memorize the solution to the mistake. It's harder, but yeah, we want to do something like that. So if we manage to get some more premium cards or premium maybe Go problem collections, something like that, we will put it here as well. Yeah, it's going to be available from the store. Later, I'll add the option to buy some courses with coins. Okay, as you say, Anton. All right. So, let me go back to. Uh, so, like we said, the major updates are the two courses. There's a store. The courses are. I mean, the typical mistakes is definitely coming this month. I'm hoping if everything goes well, and Matthew just keeps on filming and we'll finish quickly. Maybe it's gonna come in May as well. Maybe in June. I'm not sure. Uh, the store, uh, and what else? Am I forgetting anything? Am I forgetting anything? Um, Support Ukraine is right there, and like I said, we promised about 20 days ago that we will send half of the money we make in this 30-day interval in support of Ukraine, and this is what we have so far. And after 10 more days, we're gonna make a post about how much we're like what's happening with it, what's the status with that thing of that thing is. So, what time is it? It's been a while, actually. Hmm. So, anybody up for a quick game? Let's. I'm tired of talking the whole time, and Jeff, do you have a place to stay? If say I come to visit Georgia someday. Well, we can probably figure something out. We have this apartment where we all stay, and it's in Batumi, and it doesn't have a lot of extra space, but I mean, we could definitely accommodate someone here. If you are okay with like sleeping on the floor on some mattress or something on some sheets, then we could figure something out. Right now it's a little trickier, I think, because right now a lot of people just suddenly came to Georgia, and there's a lot more tourists in Georgia than it would be expected otherwise, because of this whole situation right now. So I think yes, of course, says Anton. See, Anton is sure. I'm never sure of anything. I'm always trying. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, probably. Oh, yeah, perhaps. You might have noticed this in the courses. Whenever I talk about some variations, I never say, this is how you should play. Yes, this is definitely a good move. I would typically say something like, and this might be an option. This might be a good idea. This could be a something to consider. And Thomas, true, true, yes. So, I think we've talked about the website. We talked about with Matthew the courses. I'm up for 9x9. Okay, 9x9 it is. Tell me your OGS username, and let's play a 9x9. Is it the same as your Twitch username? Is it Mrsariel? If I'm even reading it correctly. Okay, Mr. Sat. Here we go. Let me look for it. Sat. Okay, I found you. Challenge. Okay, let's go 5 minutes main time, 1 minute Yoyomi, 5 period. Sounds fine. Okay, you're 2Q. That's cool. Okay, send challenge, I think. Right? I think I sent it. Did I?
Game started.
Okay. Here we go. I'm black. Ooh, that's an interesting. font you have there. Hello, have a nice game. Have a nice game. Let's try a mokuhazushi on this board. Can we do that? Can I do that? I've never tried this. Play Taisha. Taisha on a 9x9? Well, let's see. If white approaches the right way. Ah, no. The Taisha is ruined. Ah, what do I do now? Do I just enclose the corner the boring way? I guess I will. Let's see what white does. White played a 5-4 Takamoku, which is not easy to enclose territory with. So we'll see. Oh yeah, I'm a 3Q, so it's a 3Q versus 2Q game. My OJS needs an upgrade. I need to. Ooh, I didn't see that coming. Okay, Mrsariel, have you been doing some research on this? Is this a trap? Tell me honestly. Look into my eyes and tell me. If I now Hane from from above, am I stepping into a trap? No, good. Good. Because I was about to, because I don't want to play submissively. I don't want to play h4 to Hane from the second line. Of course, I want to play. I want to Hane from here and see how it's going to go. I mean, obviously, you're planning to cut, I think. Otherwise, what are you doing? You're probably planning to cut. I'm low on time for go now. So am I, you know? Every time you make courses or you work on this, you think, okay, I got some free time now. Do I play a game of Go? No, I've been doing Go the whole day. I don't want to play Go. So I played this last month. I played more of Mahjong than Go, but I'm hoping to. This month is going to be my Go month, and I'm gonna focus on studying. Whoa, I didn't expect this. Okay, good morning. Well, good evening. Good evening and good morning. Wait, this is not I didn't expect this. I think because I'm naturally separating, so I think I'm just gonna go this. I'm kind of hoping to see how white is gonna struggle with two groups at the same time. Like in a normal game, I probably wouldn't play here. If white didn't have a stone and d5, I wouldn't extend like this. But in this situation, I think it's pretty good. Okay. Now, this kind of looks like Sente. Looks like it's threatening the corner. But I'm thinking that white might be able to push at h5 first as a forcing move. Or white could just play directly to protect the stone at f3 in some way. But in either case, I'm going to reveal all of my plans again. In either case, I'm planning to, once white is alive in the corner, I'm planning to switch to attacking this lonely white stone on the left. But I have no idea how I'm going to do that. How should I do that? Okay. Very calm response. Supposed to be expected. I mean, I really wish I could get e2 in Sente as well, but that's probably not happening. Or is it? Wait, e2. E2. Can I play e2? Let's see. All right, let's try e2 and see what happens. My hope is that e2 is kind of center-ish, and it's threatening to play at h2. The question now is my opponent's reading strong enough to find that h2 for some reason doesn't work? And if h2 doesn't work, then white could just tenuki and play somewhere else. Is it possible? We'll find out. Do-do-do-do. Aha! So white decided that it's not necessary. Okay. Okay. Let's try. Oh. Wow. I didn't see that coming. That is beautiful. Yeah, that is a... I mean, that's a typical move, actually. Why didn't I see this coming? Yeah. I guess I was kind of greedy, yeah? Was I greedy? I guess this e2 move was a mistake after all. Good punish. Good punish. So what should I do? Should I just if I block, can I even block? Probably can't. Ouch. Such a good shape. Such a good shape. Maybe I should have played instead of e2, I think I should have played at like d7 and just you know, take territory. Have to get out of this. Should I just connect? Connect at f5. And then white connects on the second line. And I can do this. Okay, let's connect. So the problem for black right now is that black doesn't really have any points. Black doesn't have any territory. And white has Komi. So white, not only does white have some potential in the upper left, but white also has 6.5 points, I think. Or is it 7.5 here? I don't remember. So I need some territory quickly. And white is threatening to cut at f6. If white cuts, I block. Okay, this doesn't look right.
Yoyomi.
Actually, maybe I could just let's cut here first and see. Let's get some cash. Let's get some cash. Maybe I should have pushed. Yeah, I should have pushed here. I should have pushed here. Exactly. I played this g3 and then I thought, why didn't I push at g7 first? It was probably my sente. Okay. What should I do? Let's play here. Howdy. Hey. Sloppy blobfish. You've missed all of the All of the 5-3 goodness, all of the Taisha variations, all of the everything. And this is like the final game that we're playing. Final 9x9 showdown without the Taisha. Okay. Have I misread everything here? Atari, okay. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna take the stone. This is Sente, I think. Yeah. Now, what do I do? What do I do? I think I'm losing this. White has a very, very solid shape. Well, not to worry. There'll be a course dedicated to the Taisha one day. There will be. There will be, yeah. If we find someone crazy enough to make it, yeah, there will be. And if not, I'll make it myself. It will take me a lot of time, probably as much time as it took me to make the typical mistakes part 2, but I'll make it. All right, what do I do? This white group on the right is alive, unfortunately, and there's nothing I can do about that. And there's a cut at
10.
There's a cut
9,
at E5,
8,
and there's
7,
a Byayomi period.
6, 5, 4,
Wait,
3, 2, 1. 4
sound
periods
on.
left.
So, what should I do? Should I just lose the game? Am I losing here? Let's try this first. Attach. And maybe play here now. Should I play it? Maybe I should have attached that C6. I'm playing first and I'm thinking. That's wrong. Maybe if I had attached that C6, what would White do? Okay, well, I'll review this after the game. I feel like I'm making bad shapes everywhere. Okay. Now this is okay. Wait a minute. What's happening here? All right, let's play here first. Get some cash. Get some quick cash. The C6 attachment looked good to me, but I'm a Q. Yeah, the C6 attachment looked good to me as well, and I don't know why I didn't play it. Maybe because I'm talking and smiling at the same time and clicking the mouse. All right, let's play this. Wait, I think it's time to start counting the points. Yeah, this is unfortunately White has a lot of points actually. White has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the right at least, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the left at least. It's 12 plus Komi, that's 18, 19. And Black has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm losing. Losing the game. And I don't think there's anything I can do about that. Yeah. I think this whole idea with E2 was bad. E2 was probably a mistake. Okay. This is a very good move, and I'll probably have to start a ko to, you know, make it more confusing. Because that's what ko does. Hopefully it makes everything so confusing that... Wait. It's a ko fight. Do I have any ko threats big enough? Well, I probably have... This one is a ko threat. And then I take. Is white going to look for a ko threat? Are there any ko threats? What could be a ko threat here for white? White is not going to look for a ko threat. Very wise, very wise. And I'm just going to have to... What should I do? I guess I'm just going to have to fight the ko. Which is ugly. But I'm going to have to do it. I need more points, so honey. This ko seems like it doesn't offer scam potential. Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't. But yeah, 9x9 doesn't really offer any scam potential. I'm so used to playing 19 that all of my lessons and everything I've been doing in the past couple of months, it was on 19. I haven't played a single 9x9. And it's like, it's a whole different ball game. It's everything here is just, it's one shape fight, which I'm losing. And I don't like it. Okay. White wants to cut. Now I have to play this ko. Yeah, now I need some amazing ko threats, which I don't have. Have you read a cut? Oh yeah. Of course, I was thinking about the cut, but I mean, I know that if I don't play the ko, if I just defend against the cut, then I've lost on points. That's for sure. So I'd better lose like this than lose on points peacefully, quietly. So what can I do? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I feel like I've been losing a lot lately. I mean, if we count lately as on past couple of streams and this one as
10,
well,
9.
I think I've lost
8,
all of the games.
7, 6.
I'm losing my touch.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Wait, let me think.
1. 3
Next, white is going to
periods
capture.
left.
So I need to find some kind of amazing ko threat, and I probably don't even have it. Do I have this? B5 is not a ko threat, is it? Not a ko threat. White will capture. I'll play here. And I die, unfortunately. Yeah, it's, yeah. Not much potential here to do anything.
White wins.
Resign. Thank you. Ouch. Do we have it? Thanks for the game. Thank you. This is gothic. So gothic. This. Hello and thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it was fun. let's see what could I have missed. Very well played, actually. Very well played. Wait, how do I review this? I wanted to play g6 actually instead of f2. g6. Oh, you mean like right away here? Yeah, it could be the move. Yeah, could be, yeah. But I mean, and if I play here, what's your plan? Cut like this? And allow me to capture the corner, if anything? Yeah, this is very, okay, yeah. Yeah, this could be an interesting idea. You have Komi, and if you get the top, and if you just allow me to capture this little corner, then it could be a very nice exchange. So yeah, maybe this whole idea was bad. It looked so good for black actually. When I extended like this, it seemed fine. Maybe I should do something like this right away. Just block and forget about this attacking the corner, so that later when you add a move here to live somehow, I could just play. What could be the move here actually? Could there be a move like this one? Probably not right away, but at least I could play here. And this would be probably Sente. And then I could just yeah, this could be probably better than the game already. And here this. This was probably too much. Obviously it was too much. So maybe just this. But I feel like it's not enough because I don't have enough points in the upper right, and the bottom left is not enough to win the game. It's like once you play this and just steal those points, then it's all good. Like this is going to be enough for you. Even like this should be enough. Why couldn't you descend when white played g6? Oh, the shape problem there. There's a shape problem. When did white play g6? Here? You mean this? Well, that's what I was thinking, that white was gonna just give it up like this, and the top is huge. White could actually even play like this first, maybe. And if I play this, then this is Sente, and just like this. And even though I get the corner, but probably not enough. I think with Komi, the white gets more. But I'm not sure. Right, f6 was the plan. Okay. So maybe here? What would you do if I what was the plan if I had pushed here? You would play here? Would you play h7? Because this kind of protects the cutting point. And if you do the g2, you say g2. Oh, just to live. Interesting. Is it alive though? Unfortunately, I don't know the exact shape. So this is why you should learn your Tsumego, because if you know the shape, which looks like a very familiar shape, but yeah, is this really alive? I mean, really, this is alive? And if I play like this, what do you do? Do you play here like this to prevent me from connecting? And then maybe this is Sente, and then I take. And how are you gonna make life here? Just dead? This is gonna be dead, I think, right? This is dead. So white would be forced to play here. And then this is eye versus no eye. You can't approach. This is dead. Ouch, I was so close to tricking you. I read only h3 and h6 for you, not at h1. Yeah, this shape, it's just that this empty triangle seems like, and there's this false eye here at g3. It just seems like it's just welcoming some sort of trickery. And yeah, I don't really like this shape for white here. But I mean, there's got to be something. Let's see. Could there be something better than this? Maybe this is not going to work, right? Because I'll just connect, and you're dead. So this is bad. Wait, how how do we answer this? How do we answer this? So maybe just like this, actually. Just play here first, and if I take it, then you get to play, for example, here, and you're alive for sure, like this. Of course, this gives me Sente, and I would play probably here. This could still be a close game. I get some points, you get some points. This is a close game. I think this is what should have happened, probably. I'll have to check with the AI later, but I feel like this h7 was necessary. So I regretted not having played this push the minute, like the second I played. What about g2? Wait. G2 h1 h6. Wait, g2 h1 h6 h6 here. Oh, threatening the push. Interesting. Okay. Well, then I guess I'll just have to connect here. I'll have to do this. And you push like this, and what do you do? Where do you cut? This? Probably this, right? You don't want to cut here. This could get dangerous. I'm assuming you would cut like this. Now the question is, can I somehow sacrifice the top and get the left? And it seems like I can't, unfortunately. This is a very bad shape for me. I would like to somehow force this, but it's not going to happen. Ouch. 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 Why is it not helping? Wait. Yeah. This looks like you're right. Looks like you're right. Looks like this is the move. Unfortunately. I mean, I was almost like feeling happy in the knowledge that it was kind of working for me, and then you found another powerful move. I don't see a good response here for black. I don't think there is one. Wait. I feel like this Atari is the only move, but after this, there's nothing. I need to connect, and you just play here. And I play here, and you play here, and I get something, but you get the whole top. Ugly. This is bad. Yeah, obviously I was gonna, I would lose like this. After e7 cut, just felt good for me. After e7 cut. Yeah, what was in the game, actually? So yeah, even here, there's no good way. It feels good. Yeah, it feels very good for white here, because I can't play away. I can't play here. You just cut right away. I have to do something about the top first. There's nothing to severely damage your right hand group. So this move didn't really help. Feels like good shape, but it doesn't help. I was actually in the game. I was thinking about this move as a Tsuji. Maybe it's even better. Because if I take, you can get out. But what you did in the game was very much okay as well. Very simple solution. Just this and Tenuki. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah. No luck with white on 9x9. I think I've lost like 80% of my games with black on live streams. I tend to always think that is if I'm black, I have to attack, 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 but I just fail. With white, it just feels like you can just lay back and just enjoy watching your opponent do something, and then just respond to it and get your cash. But with black, ah. Anyway, thank you for the game. That was fun. Enjoy Komi. Yes, just lay back, sip at your drink, and enjoy your Komi. What a nice way of spending your day. In fact, for me, the same. Cannot win with black on 9x9. So hard. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's I always after a live stream, after each time after an embarrassing loss on live stream, I'm like, damn it, I gotta practice 9x9. Okay, right after this live stream, I'm gonna turn off this computer and I'm gonna go back to GoQuest and I'm gonna practice like heck. I'm gonna practice the heck out of it and learn all the variations and all the 9x9 Joseki. But then I don't. Because if there's something more powerful than this desire, then it's my laziness. And then I'm like, what am I doing learning 9x9? It's useless. Yeah, but eventually I found that it's not really about 9x9 because I've played against some like European 6, 7 Dons on 9x9, and they crush me because it's not just that they don't know the variations and I do. It's about it's still about their strength being higher than and their level being higher than mine, and so it's just still if your level is high enough, you can kind of just manage to still get the feel for the right moves in the game. You're 3Q, so relax. Ah ha ha. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, but I don't play an OGS at all. So I my rank only grows when I play on live streams. I think I started with a question mark and now it's already 3Q. Yeah, Young Young crushed on it despite knowing nothing about 9x9. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I would expect so. I would expect so. Yeah, I'm still hoping that there was this one guy who approached us once, and he is an expert on 9x9. And I'm still hoping that one day he's gonna make a course for us. I will probably be the one filming it, but it's gonna be a very comprehensive tutorial on how to like this AI approach to 9x9 and how to beat everyone on it. It sounds very very cool. Uh, except he's a busy guy, and I'm not sure if we ever get to actually making it. But if we do, I'll be the first to enjoy the all the intricacies of 9x9. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. Because like nobody learns that. It feels like a useless piece of knowledge, but it's a nice little trick in your inventory because when you're playing on 9x9 with your friends or when you're playing in a Go club or when you're teaching beginners, it could be nice to know some basics, some like real AI basics, which are not basics at all. But anyway, it was nice talking to you guys. I think we're gonna run maybe we're gonna slowly get back to live streams now that I'm done filming the course, and it's gonna slowly get back to hopefully into live streaming. So maybe not necessarily as regular as always, but we'll get back to it. Baduk Pop encourages us to play 9x9, so I need to learn how to do it. I haven't been on Baduk Pop for a while, but I really liked it at the time. It's a cool little app. It has like both playing with the AI and solving problems. Pretty cool, yeah. So I'll see. It's getting pretty late here, guys, and I think it's about time we had some dinner. So I'll see you um in a little while, and maybe when we there's definitely going to be a live stream when we release the typical mistakes, and I'm going to get back online and talk about it and show you the trailer and some and whatnot. But maybe even before that, we'll do one more live stream. We'll see about that. So thanks for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time. This is Go Magic.